All right, good morning. It is Monday, 9:35. I hope this day finds you guys well. Today we are going to get the polishing done on this 1994 Black Label Mexican Telecaster, so we can start assembly on this soon. But before I got the polishing on it, I kind of wanted to address a couple things. So back in the 90s, when they were building these, supposedly something burnt in the Mexican plant. Whether if it was the whole plant, part of the plant, I don't know. Don't know the story about that, but that's what I've heard, is something burnt and they were using American parts to fulfill the orders and get these Mexican Telecasters, Stratocasters built. One of the rumors was they were using American necks. I don't know if this was an American neck or not. There's absolutely no kind of markings or date stamps or anything like that on it, which I was surprised when we took it apart. The other thing that I did notice too is the finish work on it is pretty bad, and I don't think that they would have had bad finish work like this on an American neck. So there is a lot of stuff underneath the clear coat, little particles of dust, dirt, and you can feel them and see them. I don't know if you can see that on the camera or not, but if you look real closely, you'll see that there is a lot of dust that's clear coated over. So that's a little disappointing, but there's nothing you can do about that. We'll just get it polished up and shined, whatever. But yeah, I don't know if that was an American neck or not. It's definitely the Mexican tuners there. But you guys let me know what you think on this. Was that an American neck or not? But one of the subscribers pointed out when I was taking this apart that the neck pickup on a Mexican one, they would usually have bar magnets on them, and this has the set poles. So I'm thinking this is an American pickup. Maybe the bridge is too as well. I'm not sure. Again, I'm not that familiar with Fender stuff, but I know for a fact that the pickups weren't changed. My pops is pretty resistant to changing things. Look, we're 30 plus years on this guitar, and he's just now getting to change the pickups. He did change the pick guard. Boy, I don't know why I'm so phlegmy today. He did put this on. I don't like pearloid pick guards myself, but this was the original pick guard to it. The cream, I like that much better. I think it's going to look pretty kick-ass with the black one on it myself, but we did buy this one to put on it, but he wanted a single ply, and this is a 2-ply, or actually a 3-ply. So we ended up not doing that. We got the single ply black one for it. So other than a pick guard change since 1994, nothing has been done to this. And if you look at the 3-way switch in the pots, you can tell this has never been unsoldered. And again, Pops bought this brand new, and he verified with me that he never changed the pickups in it, just the pick guard. So it does have the original equipment inside the guitar. That is definitely a Mexican 3-way switch in pots. Absolutely, you can tell that. But the pickups, I think we lucked out and we got a set of American pickups in it. And I wouldn't have known that unless you guys pointed it out about the bar magnets and stuff like that. So let me know what you think. Did they put the American pickups in it? Because they haven't been taken out and he didn't change them. And like I said, we're 30 plus years into this guitar, and he is just now ready to put some different pickups and stuff in it. So let me know what you guys think on that. The body, again, I'm not sure if it was a American body or a Mexican body, but again, the rumor has it back then they had to use some American parts to fulfill the orders to get these built. So with that said, we're going to go ahead and start the polishing on it. And what we're going to be using today are some Meguiar's products. So we're going to be using this compound. It's kind of like a 2-in-1, because I'm not going to be wet sanding this because of he has stickers on it that he doesn't want to remove. The back of it is not all scratched up. The pick guard is going to cover the majority of the front as well with the bridge, and it's a poly finish. Had another subscriber verify that. I kind of figured it was, you know, kind of like Epiphone's poly and then Gibson's nitro. I kind of figured that on the the Mexican and American Fenders as well, that, you know, Mexican would be poly and American would be nitro. So we're going to go ahead and just use this Meguiar's 2-in-1 compound, where normally I would use my Malco compound, which is a heavier cut, and you got to go through different steps and whatnot. And then we're going to go ahead and use this Meguiar's Fender finish here for the polish after the compound. But before we get going with that, we're going to go ahead and clean the yuck off of it with the Dunlop guitar cleaner. Also, what I wanted to tell you guys is, when you're polishing your guitars, if you have one that's got a lot of players wear and stuff, doesn't really matter. You could use a microfiber cloth. Just keep in mind that the microfiber cloths, when you use these, even though they are soft, it's like using a 2000 grit sandpaper on them, because it is still rough. Okay, so that's why you would still want to use like your Dunlop or SIT polish cloths, because these are really soft and they're not going to leave little scratches in it like a 2000 grit sandpaper. When you use a washcloth, the only time I ever use something this harsh is on a fingerboard. And obviously not this one, because it's a maple and it has clear coat on it, but if you have a rosewood or ebony fingerboard, you can use a soft toothbrush, you know, in the cleaner. You can get in there and you scrub all the grain and stuff, and then use a washcloth to scrub that out of, you know, the fretboard. So that is the only time that I'll use something rough like that on the guitar, and that is strictly fingerboards. The lambskins, I'm not impressed with those. They get really hard after you use them, like this one here. This one is, even after I washed it and stuff, it's very hard. So I'm not impressed with the lambskins, and it was real expensive. I'll never buy those again. So let's go ahead and start cleaning this up so we can polish it, and then I'll go over what we're going to use to do the polishing. So basically what I'm doing here is just getting off any of the grime and grunge, because when I go to hit it with the polishing pad, I don't want any surface dirt or anything like that on there to act like a sandpaper, you know. So you just want to kind of clean off any grit, grime, dust, dirt. You don't have to do a perfect job, because we are polishing it. You just want to kind of get the majority of the crap off of it, and that's pretty much all we're doing with that. So just give it a couple little squirts, and we'll wipe it down. Just get all the dirt off of it, dust. All right. So what I'm going to be using is DeWalt palm sander, but I'm going to use this 3M. This is a compounding pad. This is a wool pad. And then we're going to step it up to the foam pad when we use the final polish on it. Now you can also use a drill, and you can use your little wool pad here for compound and your foam pad for polish if you don't have a palm sander. I do have different buffers, but again, they're a lot bigger and stuff, and I kind of favor this because it's a lot easier to handle. So we're going to go ahead and get this stuck on here and give this compound a shake. Move that neck out of the way. I like the Meguiar's products. I've always kind of leaned on them for just general purpose stuff. I do like to use Malco products. That's a professional product. I've explained to you guys before. It's kind of like a snap-on truck or a Matco truck. They come around. It's the only way you get that kind of chemical. is to have a business or professional account with them, but we're gonna go ahead and use what you can get anywhere at any hardware store or auto parts store is the Meguiar's here. So let's go ahead and get the compounding started. We're gonna start probably around 4 here. The other thing too is make sure you tap it in there, because when you crank this thing on, it's gonna go flying everywhere if you don't get it into the pad first. Now I'm just going to hit this a little bit with the cleaner just to wipe off the extra compound there, because when we hit the next step with the polish, you don't want any of the compound left over on it. So this wasn't in real bad shape, so I didn't have to spend a lot of time on it. If you have one with a lot of scratches and stuff, you'll definitely want to spend a little more time on it, put some weight into it. Again, this guitar is like 30 plus years old, so we're just trying to get a nice shine on it. So now we're going to go ahead and change over. I'm going to show you guys real quick on the front. That way it's not taking a ton of time watching me do the whole guitar. And I'll finish it off of film. So here, go ahead and take a look. Got all the heavy grit off of it. Now we're going to go ahead, step it up to the piano finish. It's Fender piano finish by Meguiar's. And I must not have, nope, didn't open this one. I have 2 of them over here, so I just grabbed the wrong one. Always use a fresh cloth in between for each different chemical. That way you're not getting contaminants. Normally I would just do the whole guitar, but just to save time and not make you guys watch the whole thing, you'll get the idea. I'll finish the rest of it off camera, and the next time you see it, it'll be time for assembly. So that's pretty much all you have to do. Get it clean, give it a good compound, make sure there's no compound left before you start the next step. And there you have it. I'd say that looks pretty good. So we didn't have to do any wet sanding or anything like that. So that's it. That's how you polish the guitar. Use your foam pad after you compound with a wool pad. And then you can go back in when you're all done and use a hand applied wax or a spray wax. But I'll do that after I get the guitar finished, polished and everything. So just figured I'd give you guys a quick update here on that. We're going to get this all polished up, so the next time you see it, we are going to get it assembled. So until next time, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we're going to have a really busy week. Got guitar shows coming. Here is the schedule. So the ones highlighted in yellow are the ones I'm going to be going to here. So if you're at one of these shows, come say hi to me. And until then, I'll talk to you later.